Hello, and welcome to the Daily Political Tarot and Astrology here on the Black and Orange channel. Thank you for being here. I'm here literally every single day of the year to take your political questions out of the chat. Just leave your questions in the chat before I come on. We have got epic troll slayers who've kept us safe for years. Thank you. And we have got a fantastic community because you have been so kind to each other and so kind to me. Thank you. And if you're watching on replay, hello. You can go down in the description box. All the questions are listed there, as always. You can pick and choose what you're interested in, or you can watch back on higher speed, or whatever works for you. So, hello, hello, hello. The internet, fingers crossed, is okay, finally. However, thank you. I'm glad you like the side panels. You're going to find out quickly that our little friend here, a little fuzzy friend, that expression on his little fuzzy face has real meaning. Like, yeah. Anyway. All right. So, but we're starting. Actually, let's not. Let's start with let's start with the expression. Let me find it. Hang on. Oh, there we go. So we're going to start with. All right, we're going to move this up. Hang on 1 second. All right, I'm moving this here, and we're going to start with this. At 2 minutes in. All right. In a Truth Social rant, that's what's going on. In a Truth Social rant on Saturday, President Blunderdum accused former FBI Director Christopher Wray, you know, the man he put into office, he gave that job to. Sorry, the whole thing just came off the window. Oh no, wait, sorry. The whole thing just fell. Quit it. Live. Going live. Ain't it grand? All right, so if you're like about there, yeah, is that flat? That's close enough. Get. All right. It has been the week of technical difficulties. Actually, my week starts on Sunday, so it's a whole new week of technical difficulties. Close enough? Close enough. Okay. Sorry. The ledge, the thing I've attached, it just came off. Okay. I'm going to start again. Close up. Sorry. At 3 minutes, 30 seconds in, starting over. In a Truth Social rant on Saturday, President Blunderdum accused former FBI Director Christopher Wray, the man he put into that job, of lying about events of Jan 6th. Yes, indeed. While also echoing a claim that more than 200 FBI agents were placed at the Capitol as insurrectionists. Trump's allegation comes days after James Comey was indicted for allegedly obstructing a congressional investigation and making false statements. Nonsense. Excuse me. Trump shared the post on Saturday afternoon and seemed to have been prompted by a news article in The Blaze. They're still around? Okay. Claiming that 274 FBI agents were in place when the Jan 6 Capitol riot took place. Quote, "It was just revealed that the FBI had secretly placed against all capital R rules, capital R regulations, capital P protocols, and capital S standards 274 FBI capital A agents into the capital C crowd just prior to and during the January 6th capital H hoax." Trump's long tirade against Wray began. So first of all, we're starting off with, is Wray going to be indicted next? Oh, boy. Yes. Melissa's saying, and pigs fly. Yes. Squeebles. Squeebles in the chat. Squeebles a kitty. And his base will believe it. Well, some of them. True. The bear says he is so delusional. Yes. La, la, la. 274 FBI agents. Don't tell anyone. It's a secret. Nobody's buying it. Nobody's buying this on sale. Matter of fact, what I'm getting here is not even his base is buying it. Release the Epstein files. Epstein files. Release them. Disappointments. Having to walk away. This is what happens because Donald J. for Jack something Trump was not arrested on January 22nd, which is what should have happened. There's Jan 6th, and I just got this horrible pain back through here. I just the death and destruction, the damage to the country, and there's massive judgment. Hey, J for Genius, Trumpy boy. Yeah. You know that at some point Democrats will get back into power, right? And you really want to bring up Jan 6 again? Sure you do. It'll be great. I'm sure you won't face any kind of repercussions. Anyway. Yes, and so the FBI and Antifa attacked the Capitol. Yes. Sure it did, Jan. Okay. Now, this is where our little fuzzy friend, our inconvenienced, pixelated little fuzzy friend here comes in. You heard everything I just said, right? 9 minutes in. Kash Patel. Look, I understand genetics plays a part in what's happening with his eyes. He doesn't control that. That's not his. That has nothing to do with. It was he didn't go get plastic surgery and want to have that. But if the reality is, if he was a nicer person, it wouldn't be noticeable. It really wouldn't. It really wouldn't be a thing. It's true, because he'd be more relaxed, but he's a jerk. Okay. Anyway, so Kash Patel. So after all of that, Kash Patel has released a statement stating that Trump is wrong, that there were no FBI agents involved on Jan 6. Quote, this isn't okay. So Patel has now said in a statement to Fox News that President Trump is incorrect, stating that 274 FBI agents were not in the crowd prior to the start of the riot and only entered to carry out crowd control once the violence began and demonstrators attempted to force their way into the Capitol building. Did you just say that? Did I just say that? Did you really just say that the orange Fuhrer was incorrect? Squeals. Someone's about to meet the wheels of a bus, metaphorically. Yeah, Anne says, wow, that won't go over well in the White House castle. Yes. And the bear saying, oops. Yeah. Oh, I wouldn't. Flying Without a Broom says, fired in 3, 2, 1. We know what happened on Jan 6. We saw it. 7 of Pentacles, High Priestess, 6 of Swords, and the Hermit. Now, you will notice that President Dumpster Fire he hasn't gone on the same kinds of firing sprees that he went on during his first administration. But contradicting this authoritarian wannabe malignant narcissist, not great. Not great. However, it makes me wonder, because Kash Patel doesn't use higher wisdom. It makes me wonder if Kash Patel is feeling like he's in a slightly stronger position because he knows some of Dumpy's secrets, or he has receipts. Because there's all the awfulness, and somebody's sitting pretty with knowledge. Doesn't mean he won't get called to the White House or be iced out a little bit, but oh, Kash Patel, are you? Oh, are you feeling like you could yell at senators or representatives, so you can yell at anybody, you can correct anybody? Really? You think you can correct him? So, future of Kash Patel. Yeah, Lewis says, keep away from the windows, Cashy. Yeah. By the way, I keep getting the Epstein files are coming out. And they can try to put it off as long as they want, but Kash is a little big for his britches. But he still feels like he's sitting pretty. So he might get away with this for a while. But yes, Raymond, never forget, for 187 minutes, Donald J. Trump watched them attack the Capitol and did nothing. Exactly. Whew. Okay, so at 15 minutes in, tell me you are part of an authoritarian regime without telling me you're in an authoritarian regime. Colombian President Gustavo Petro said Trump's policies are costing lives. Said this at the UN, I believe. Anyway, but he did say it. Now, okay, so on Friday, I guess it's a leftist leader, Colombian President Gustavo Petro, says, likened Trump to Hitler, yeah, him, in a fiery United Nations speech, and later urged the U.S. to disobey Trump. On Friday, Marco Rubio's State Department canceled the visa of Colombian President Gustavo Petro. He can't go back to the UN. Seek help, guys. Seek help. Whew. Okay. Raymond's asking, is it Rapture Day again? No, alas, no. That's a side-eye cam. It is, but it's more like a just Ixnay on the Awking Tay. Did you say it? Did you say that? Okay, cool. Okay, but yes, I read that article too, Anne. The article that Trump, actually, there are more parallels with Franco than Hitler. Trump has more parallels. But it's not as, it doesn't have the same ring to it. So, I mean, if I compared to Franco, some people would be like, the actor? Yeah. Rubio, little Marco, man of no spine, absolute invertebrate, Marco Rubio. Oh no, he said what he was supposed to. So you have to do something to show that you are, click your jackboot heels together and say, how high do you want my hand when it's out in front of me? Yeah, this is not going to last forever. It's just not. But yeah. And nobody's surprised. Nobody in the whole world. Anybody who's been paying attention, they're not surprised by this. You speak out against the orange feeler, you'll lose your visa. Ta-da. Yeah. UN. Yeah. Speaking at the UN. Anyway, there's more. This question is about this nonsense with Comey at 1910. Thank you for being here. Trump has insisted, President Blunderdum has insisted the indictment of former FBI Director James Comey was not about revenge. No, he only said it was. He only implied it was. He only said that, people who've gone against him or should be held, should be arrested, or, it's just, of course, it's not about revenge. But Trump also said he hopes that Comey and others face charges. Quote, it's not revenge, it's about justice. Trump declared while departing the White House on Friday, quote, "It's also about the fact that you can't let this go on." Dude, it's in the past. It's years in the past. We're not allowed to hold you accountable for anything you've done in the past. Holding a grudge. They are sick, radical left people, and they can't get away with it. Okay. When this political persecution inevitably starts making it to the courts, how's that going to go? Exactly, Silver. He only typed it out. This is a sideshow. This is absolutely a sideshow. This has anything but the Epstein files. Anything. Go after the people he has grudges against from way back. Do it. You have to be a pretty dyed-in-the-wool Star Trek fan to get this, but do a little dance, sing a little song, just give us a few seconds to get away. I swore I'd never use one of these things. I'm a doctor, not a doorstop. All right. Anything. Yeah. Okay. So he's surrounded by yes flunkies. Yes. His legacy, blah, blah, blah. We're going to talk about Charles here in a minute, and Ukraine, and Trump wishing that he was royalty. This dynasty, blah, blah, blah. I go after my enemies, fruits of labor, 3 of Cups, death card. That is Trump going after big show. Pay attention over here. Jazz hands. Pay attention over here. No, we're going to look at the Epstein files. Yeah, keep trying. Lots. It's all in the news. It doesn't end there. He can try to deflect anywhere he wants to, but so I was asking for more information. Emperor, Hanged Man, Ace of Cups. You mean the Epstein file? Upending a lot of Trump's presidency and the rise of Democrats and Democratic power, the people who are actually willing to hold the absolute scum of the earth accountable. Yeah. Okay. I saw some people mention, yes, Squirrel. I saw some people saying, I love, the bear was saying, I love Star Trek. And Night Moon Glow saying, Trek is my jam. And thank you, Eva. But I didn't see anybody mention what movie that's from. But then again, as long as you're living long and prospering, having peace and long life, good for you. All right. Heather had a question, and we will get to Ukraine and Charles and Trump and that mess. We'll get to that in a minute. But first, at 25 minutes in, Heather was asking, videos show National Guardsmen in D.C. acting like ICE, detaining people off the street who they suspect are not American. That's not good. Joy says, I'm a late Star Trek fan. There we go. Raymond is saying, tap Tylenol rapid release the Epstein files. Yes. 100%. Nobody. Really? Nobody knows what that's from. Oh. Man. Okay. This is a change from the housekeeping duties they were limited to before. Is this the new norm? Military members policing and harassing the public. My understanding is that is still not good. No, Deborah, it's not Search from Spock. It's much later than that. Oh, thank you, Charles. That's very sweet. Thank you. Lewis wants to know, is it the Casey and the Sunshine Band episode? No, it's the Andrews Sister episode. No, it's not. This is okay. I mean, if these authoritarian wannabes got their way, again, we're getting a whole lot of this dynasty garbage from Trump today. They're getting that card a lot. 4 of Swords, Ace of Swords, 8 of Cups, 3 of Pentacles, Strength. They would like this to become the norm, but that Strength card to me means not so much. Thing is, though, I don't think we're going to be talking about this. I'm waiting for that big. We're going to talk about that in a minute. I'm waiting for the big military tailgate party at the Pentagon. That's, I suspect, is going to be a Night of Long Knives kind of thing, but especially for women. But anyway, that is true, Lois. Dumpty is no Blake Carrington. No, not at all. Traveling Tarot says those are not regular National Guardsmen. They are Trump lackeys, so they behave with group mentality, act against the people they would normally protect. That makes sense. That makes sense. So, yes, exactly, Zakay. Let's do that next. Let me find it. Okay, so at 2840, because he cannot bear to not be the center of attention, President Dumpster Fire is now planning on crashing Hegseth's meeting with the top brass in the military on Tuesday. All this attention, all of these important, powerful people. Well, why am I not involved? Why am I not there? I'm the commander-in-chief. I am the center of the known universe. Whew. So, I guess first we should ask about the actual meeting itself, and then we should ask about the extra stench of Trump. The bear says, oh no, yikes, I hope they have good earplugs. Nose plugs, ears plugs, yeah. All right, the meeting on Tuesday. It is a credit to the United States military that these people, these men and women who came up through the ranks, who could snap Hegseth in half like a twig, are willing to put up with this garbage. That's a credit to our military, honestly. You idiots realize you're going into a room full of people who know dozens of ways to make certain you never walk out of that room again. They're not going to do anything. They're not going to do it. But oh my goodness. I'd say this is a spoiler, but the original book came out in 1930 something? Murder on the Orient Express, anybody? Silver says Wesley Crusher on Data's Day? No. Really? Nobody got this. Okay, I'm floored. Oh, come on. All right. The meeting itself, it's a big deal. That's right in the middle. It's a big deal. Big, showy deal. But some of these people reached their heights under Democrats, while Democrats had power. So you cannot work against the Fuhrer. Louis, yeah. In a room full of John Wicks, he's a Wicks air freshener. Yes. Yes. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, they came up under that big showy thing in the middle. King of Swords, these are the military leaders, and Eight of Swords, hemmed in. They are going to be, okay, one of two things or both of two things are going to happen. And that is some people are going to get fired. Sorry. Especially if they are DEI, which is a bunch of malarkey. And people are going to be told that they have to vow loyalty to the Fuhrer. Or leave. N8. Nobody got what? What's the question? I'm just trying to lighten the mood here. So I quoted something from Star Trek, and I was like, okay, what movie is this from? I swore I'd never use one of these things. I can't say the next thing, it'd give it away. But then it's do it, sing a song, do a dance. I don't care. Just give us a few seconds. I'm a doctor, not a doorstop. You know what that's from. Okay. So dumpster fire, back into the ick. Dumpster fire. No, Louis, it's not the dance of Khan. Oh, gosh, that's funny. Okay. Dumpster fire. Yeah, ick. Ick. So he's going to crash the party because he has to absolutely be the center of attention. No bear. It was not Bones. No cat. It was not the Wrath of Khan. Butterfly. It was not an episode of Strange New Worlds. Okay, ick. President, the king of the bog of eternal stench. So you're going to go in that room because you cannot bear for somebody else to be getting that much attention. Does Hegseth even want you there? Well, then again, Hegseth wants to be the center of attention, too. Rob got it. So did Jane. It was in First Contact. Computer, emergency medical program. I swore I'd never use one of these things. Yes, First Contact. Great movie. Except for some of the stuff with name eludes me. The guy who invented warp travel. Yeah, some of that was just, but overall, great movie. Anyway, well, he also knows what Hegseth is going to do, and he wants to be there for it. And just think about this. Ephraim Cochrane, thank you. It's Ephraim Cochrane, thank you. Ephraim. I think it was Ephraim. Thank you. Yes. Sorry. That is a whole other set of knowledge in my brain. I'm over here in the bog of eternal stench. If these people are going to be told to take a vow to the Orange Fuhrer, of course he wants to be in the room. Ew. Yes, Chris Cole. Yes, Carol. Yes, First Contact had that jukebox in it. Yeah. It was embarrassing. Anyway, Rob says back to lurking. Yes, old silver. So, Rob knows what the plan is. Watch all these important people be a day late and a dollar short. Metaphorically yanked it by their ankles. Wheel of Fortune. Far right communication, and send some people packing. That's what I'm getting. Look, if he's willing, if Hegseth is actually incompetent, stupid, wasteful, awful enough to actually pull all of these people from around the world out of very important places to give them a rah-rah speech, and the whole point was to be like, the American military, blah, da, da, blah, da, da, blah. That would be better. Actually, that would be better than what I really kind of, like what I'm picking up is not going to be that pleasant. It's one of the reasons it's not leaking why he's doing it. If it was just a rah-rah speech, they would say it's going to be a rah-rah speech. I'm going to have to look at the astrology later today. I'm going to sit down with the astrology and see if there's anything about the military on Tuesday for the U.S. Anyway, Lewis, no. Sharon says he wants to see their we're not worthy with tears in their eyes. Sir. Yeah. And says, I just found one where McCoy says, I'm a doctor, not an escalator. Yeah. Okay. Wait. Yes. Follow up at 3920. 3920. Okay. Follow up is President Dumpster Fire positioning troops or leaders because his advisors know protests may escalate because of economic strain and food insecurities coming to a head. Good question, Heather. Mm-hmm. It's going to be at the Pentagon. Well, if the king of the bog of eternal stench is worried about protests getting out of hand, it's not the food insecurity thing he's worried about. Release the Epstein files. That's what he's worried about. So, oh, hello, Gloria. Oh, it is going to be at Quantico. I stand corrected. Sorry about that. I thought it was at the Pentagon with all those. My mistake. It's going to be at Quantico. Why? Quantico's the... Why would the military leaders all be getting together at Quantico? He's saying, according to reporter Terry Moran, the meeting is supposed to be a PR moment for Hegsbreath. Marine base and FBI training. Okay, so it is a Marine base, but why wouldn't it be at the Pentagon? You know there's the security. You know there's... Oh, Silver says Quantico. Oh, I love that. That's beautiful. Quantico is just down the way from the Pentagon, probably logistics. Okay. Thank you, Deb. And Cat was saying bigger space. Okay. Huh. Okay. Retelling voices. The Pentagon auditorium is too small. Okay. Thank you. I'm still getting cards that the way things were, they're not that way anymore. Big showy thing. Burden them with the far right. Hanged man, page of wands. It's a weakness. This hanged man, there's something bad. There's something, there's just, I'm perfect. I want this to just be narcissism. And look at me. I'm going to stand in front of all of you and I'll try not to say anything any more rude than I already have today. But Vern says, maybe it's a class picture. Oh, there we go. Beth's asking, are they ordering McDonald's for catering? There we go. Yes, Squeebles. He wants them to kiss the bone spurs. Oh, Puka says, do you not recall the recent letter from all the heads of the military branches dissing on Trump? I don't. How did I miss that? I'm here every day. I read the news. I spend every morning neck deep in the news. So, okay. You must be a part of the cult. Trump is in charge. Some of you spoke against me back, not even the speaking against it. Some of them weren't 100% behind him during his first administration. He sees some of them as being, maybe they came into power under Obama or something. I don't know, but it's just, you will get some small reward if you join the cult. I still think he's anyway. All right. Lucas says I'll try to find it and link it here. Thank you. Okay. The bear says we know that they don't respect Kegsbreath. Well, that's true, and he's lucky that they are as he's lucky the military is as good as it is here in the U.S. because these idiots walking into a room full of people who have been trained in a way that there wouldn't be any smear left on the floor. Good luck. Okay. Okay, so Maggie. Okay, we're at 46:15. Let me answer Maggie's question, or ask about Maggie's question, and then we'll go on to Ukraine, Charles, Trump, whatnot. Okay, but Maggie had the follow-up question here. It makes perfect sense. Is the military going to follow whatever Kegsbreath says if it is not staying true to the Constitution? Obviously, if it came to that, it wouldn't be everyone saying the same thing. I would love if they would all say no, but people are a bit different. I'm not getting betrayal. I'm getting confusion, obfuscation. If it came to that, there would definitely be some people who'd be like, okay, sorry to my staff, but I'm out. Empress, Knight of Swords, Three of Swords, Seven of Cups, Two of Swords. So this is a decision, and this is the big, excuse me, the big bank of clouds. This is the U.S. This is aggressive. This is our military. This is aggressive, what the military is capable of. And that's a lot of pain. So if this was talking about something else, if this was a different topic, these could be cards for a cover-up. But yeah, well, being asked to do a cover-up. Well, maybe we will get some kind of, maybe we'll get a little bit more information, because the next set of questions is at 48:45. Does sort of involve the military. So I was listening to Hal Sparks, his radio program, this morning. And at one point, Hal Sparks and the great Philip Ittner, the great Hal Sparks and the great Philip Ittner, were talking about how basically Russia is losing painfully. And we knew this would happen. We've been saying this for a long time. And apparently it's going for the next 3 weeks, because we're starting the fall. It's supposed to just rain solidly for the next 3 weeks, and it's going to turn that entire front line into just mud, which has been the undoing of many a would-be invader. Same thing happens in the spring when things thaw out. Suddenly you have all that water again, and you have mud. So unless you are literally on, like, a paved highway. It's just ick. So Dumpster Fire is suddenly saying some nice things, like saying like Russia's going to lose. And so it's like, okay, on the one hand, it could just be that he wants to be on the winning side. It could be as simple as that. And excuse me, sorry, I was trying to understand what's going on in the chat. And if he wants to be on the winning side, because then he also would want to take credit, because of course he would. So I'm just going to look at that as is. But then the next question has to be about King Charles. Because King Charles talked about that publicly and about Ukraine and supporting Ukraine, but may very well have had a discussion with Trump quietly. And since there is nothing Donald Trump wants more in life than to be a royal, I'm not a fan of King Charles. But is it possible? The next question will be, is it possible he just did the world a solid? So, but for now, is it just that the would-be emperor okay, what I'm getting is there's Ukraine, people supporting Ukraine, coming together, NATO, but just decent people in the world who know Ukraine did nothing wrong. A tower right in the middle. Boom. High Priestess, 8 of Wands. If Trump doesn't show up that often, he doesn't sit through briefings that much. It's really kind of scary. It's actually very scary. But when he does, you got to know that the military people are saying, yeah, Russia's going to lose. They just are. Their economy is cracked, and the only way they can go forward is having yet another influx of drafting people. And one of the things Putin said was to the average Russian, this won't affect your life. This won't affect you. So he's getting, I think these are secrets and higher wisdom. I think Dumpster Fire's getting information. And he wants to be on the side. He wants to be on the winning side, and he wants to be on the side that so he can throw his vitriol at whatever and pretend it was. It's just awful. Laura says, as an American citizen, he's not able to accept a title from another country. Oh, no. I should have been clearer. And we'll talk about this now, actually. 5410. King Charles. King Charles the adulterer. Trump doesn't want to be royalty with someone in the UK saying, yes, you are one of us. No. He wants to be the emperor. He wants to be the center of all. Never underestimate this man's narcissism. So, hello, Aurora. So Bess is saying Charles also may know details about the darker Epstein stuff. Yeah. Well, that's one of the many reasons I'm not a fan of King Charles, and that is he has not kicked his brother to the curb. So until that happens, get stuffed. But did Charles pull President Stinky aside and say, you know, Russia's going to lose. And it'd be good to be on the winning side here. Yeah, that's just how it is. Did King Charles help change President Blunderdum's tiny little pointed mind? Decision. Ace of Cups. Of the emotions of what's happened to the Ukrainian people. He doesn't. Trump doesn't care. Come on. Queen of Swords, Page of Swords, Ten of Pentacles, Strength. He prefers authoritarians who win their wars. Charlie Charles says the Queen did, but Charles brought Andrew back. Yep, that's that. I don't know what else to say about that one. So, okay. Yeah, so freaking crazy. C-R-A-Z-Y. So, where are we? 57. Oh, running out of time. Okay. Oh, okay. This is just weird. This is weird. We're gonna end today with what? At 57:30. Okay. Please tell me. Okay. Please tell me he knew this wasn't real. Donald J. for Genius Trump posted an AI video of himself. You're thinking, okay, was he on the back of a horse? Was he on the back of a dinosaur? All right, did he have Captain America's body? And I'm not talking about like the Marvel movies, the original. Have you seen the original in the have you seen the original Captain America in the comics? Anyway, no. Trump posted an AI video of himself promoting a fake product called MedBeds, medical beds, MedBeds, to his 10.8 million followers on Trust Social. It was up for 12 hours before he took it down. The clip takes the form of a phony Fox News report in which Lara Trump says Trump has announced, quote, the nation's first MedBed hospitals, unquote, and that every American would receive a, quote, MedBed card, unquote. The report then cuts to AI Trump speaking in direct, complete sentences, inconsistent with the president's normal speaking patterns. Quote, every American will soon receive their own MedBed card. With it, you'll have guaranteed access to our new hospitals led by the top doctors in the nation, equipped with the most advanced technology in the world. Unquote. Did he do this because it's aspirational? Because it makes him look good? Yes. Or is he like, oh yeah, I remember making that ad. Don't get me wrong. I hope by now you know that I love technology, but oh boy. Yeah. I mean, I think I haven't seen the thing. I'm assuming it looks like in the movie Prometheus. I'm assuming it looks like one of those. But yeah. True Beth, only $10 billion each. Joyce is asking, do the beds come with any My Pillow? Oh, yeah, I mean, you've got a point there. Old Silver saying he's trying to figure out another way to grift. Summer Virgo says he was watching an episode of The Jetsons before falling asleep. Jane, his wife. Adding insult to injury, he's got his own health issues. We know that. It's rare if you can get to 79. Is he 79 now? And not have health issues. I mean, that's just the nature of. Knight of Swords, Ace of Swords. This is new technology. Six of Pentacles. Oh, remember, in 2 weeks, we're going to have not only something better than Obamacare, it's going to be cheaper than Obamacare. Remember? 2 weeks. It's going to be better than Obamacare, cheaper than Obamacare. Queen of Cups. And it's insulting because there are people really suffering who could use that kind of technology. It would help them a lot. But Eight of Cups. And then he just wanders off. He knows that isn't him. At least there's that. But beyond that, this is just this makes me look good. I'll put it out there. Well, guess what? It doesn't make you look good. It really doesn't. Nope. But cult leaders, they always end up talking about space. They almost always end up talking about space and how somehow a lot of them talk about technology being, because they are the chosen one, whatever. Yeah. Raymond's pointing out that a Fox host says Trump's job numbers are weak, blaming his tariffs on Fox. Did they really say that? Did they really say? Did they really say that? I'll just move out of the way. Yeah. Anyway, that's going to do it for me for today. Thank you for being here. Going through the news. It is 1:17 p.m. here in Chicago. At 3 o'clock, I'll be over on the Creative Sprints channel with Miss Sarah. Sarah will be there today. She might be a little late, but she's going to be there. And we're going to focus on our projects. We're going to make progress. Bring anything it is you need to do. And we just focus. Links in the description. We just encourage you. And the Patreon social, because my internet was a mess. Patreon social has been rescheduled to next Saturday night. So, all right. Thank you. Please remember, you are not alone. We are in this together, and there are good days ahead. Hang in there, and I'll see you later, as always. All right. Bye.